Tariffs and deportations, two of your top D.C. daily headlines for May 21. Migrants deported to South Sudan must stay in U.S. custody and not be released. An emergency hearing is set for today after a federal judge says the deportation of dozens of migrants from countries like Vietnam and Myanmar to the African country where they're not from may violate a court order, saying the Trump administration may be in contempt for disobeying the order. The Department of Homeland Security not yet responding. No taxes on tips. The Senate giving one of President Trump's campaign promises the thumbs up with not a single vote of opposition from Republicans or Democrats. Service workers would get a tax deduction of up to $25,000 on tips. Not a done deal yet, though. It now moves over to the House, where it is expected to get a pass there as well. President Trump has announced plans to build a $175 billion Golden Dome missile defense system around the United States. The system, inspired by Israel's Iron Dome, will be focused on potential threats from countries like Russia and China. But some criticize this idea, saying it's not only unnecessary, it's too expensive, especially for an administration promising spending cuts. The tariff trade war between the United States and China escalating again in spite of a 90-day tariff cut. China accusing the United States of undermining trade talks by warning companies to stop using a Chinese company's semiconductor chip. Last week, the Commerce Department told companies that using Huawei Ascend chips would violate U.S. export control. Overnight, China's Commerce Ministry now threatening legal action against the United States. Pre-market trading on Wall Street trending down on the news before the opening bell. All right, so the goal of Congress is they want to get President Trump's big, beautiful bill, the thumbs up, and over to his desk for signature by the end of this week.
All right, Republicans are already hard at work this morning. Doug Luzader is live from Capitol Hill with the progress being made. Doug?
Good morning. There are reports that Republicans may be closing in on an agreement here among themselves to get this across the finish line, but a number of issues remain unsettled. The work started just past midnight here on Capitol Hill, and it didn't take long for this to get heated.
We may be here in the dead of night, but you do not need the light of day to smell manure.
Democrats fighting Republican efforts to pass President Trump's so-called big, beautiful bill of tax cuts and new spending priorities, delaying it, but perhaps unable to stop it.
They cannot complain about reporting legislation in the dark of night, when the only reason it went so late was because of their own actions.
The one big, beautiful bill will include $25 billion for the Golden Dome.
The president yesterday in the Oval Office touting a new U.S. missile defense shield that would be funded in part by what has become his signature piece of legislation.
That was a meeting of love. Let me tell you, that was love in that room.
The president met with Republicans on Capitol Hill yesterday, hoping to win over a small group of conservatives who have been pushing for deeper spending cuts over deficit concerns, all of them under enormous pressure to wrap this up and fly home.
Jet fumes is the most powerful elixir in Washington, and we all know it.
I predict they will see the Memorial Day vacation frittering away, and they'll pass it. And then the challenge for the speaker is going to be passing what comes back from the Senate. That's, to me, the bigger challenge.
Now, if all goes according to Republican plans, there could be a full House vote on this later today, and that would potentially clear the way for lawmakers to leave town for this long holiday weekend. Back to you guys.
Okay, Doug Luzader live in Washington. Appreciate it, Doug.
Thanks.